Olivia and Asch from Futurity Investment Group, and we specialise in education bond strategies. Today we're having a chat with Olivia from Consortium Private Wealth about some of the financial challenges that her clients are facing in today's current climate, and also how she utilises our education bond strategies to help solve some complicated family situations. Firstly, thank you for joining us today, Olivia.
My pleasure.
Please share with us a little bit about your practice and the types of clients you're dealing with.
Okay, so Consortium Private Wealth, we're self-licensed based in Horsham, which is regional Victoria. We have 5 financial advisors here and 10 support staff. So very blessed with a great group, surrounded by a lot of farms. So there's a lot of farm succession planning, etc. that happen there. We do have our advisors have a lot of different skill sets. But we don't try to attract one specific type of client, I would say. We sort of like dealing with young couples starting out, clients with low financial confidence, farm succession, retirees, aged care, women. So no matter what part of life you're in, we definitely can help, and all the advisors complement one another with their areas. So we work really well as a team. I suppose the areas that we look at doing, so obviously superannuation, which includes your self-managed super fund, all aspects of retirement planning, wealth protection and the insurance, direct shares, a lot of direct shares with, we set up with a separately managed account, and aged care and the farm succession like I mentioned before as well. So
that's great, thank you.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of diverse skill sets and clients that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So what would be the main financial challenges you see that your clients are facing at the moment?
I think that would have to be obviously the continuous low returns that we are seeing in our portfolios, whether it's the direct share portfolios or whether it is in the super environment. Obviously this downturn's been around for a lot longer than what we expected, and it has affected probably just a minority of our clients and their emotions, their sleep factor at night, etc. One thing that we do here at Consortium with our clients from their initial appointment right through is that constant education around that long-term mindset when it comes to investing and understanding the market volatility that we're seeing, and to not focus too much on the downturns and just focus on how those businesses still performing in the background, looking at their quarterly reports and make sure that they're still being profitable. And that the share market is just a bit like an auction place, not to fixate too much on all that media noise. So because all our advisors are very patient with our clients and love that educating the clients, a lot of them understand this volatility. It's just that this one at the moment is been here a little bit too long, and even the ones that are usually a little bit calm have become a little bit worried. So just having those constant conversations with them, and obviously they're invested until life expectancy, not until retirement. So it's a long time, but making sure that they know that we're here for them to get them through. We also deal with a lot of complex sort of family scenarios. Like I touched very quickly before on a lot of farm succession that the business deals with, and with that comes the challenges of off-farming assets and protecting that as well. As you know, that the price of land and farming land at the moment is just exploding. So to try to get that equalisation of assets is a little bit challenging. And that's where I probably then discovered your Futurity Education Bond was exactly what I was after. So, and hence that's how Marie and I have become acquainted through this product. And there was a very complex scenario of a widow who was obviously has all this land and children and grandchildren to try to factor in, and just that protection.
So as well as those conversations around low returns and educating clients on how to see this as a long-term investment strategy, are there any other interesting complex problems that your clients are facing?
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, I just sort of touched on the farm succession planning. It becomes quite complex with farmers that own lots of land to build up those off-farming assets and trying to equalise the assets across the non-farming children, etc.
Yes.
So I was in a scenario with a client and trying to build some off-farming assets and how to protect those non-farming kids, because she's a widow and has been left all this farming land, and as we know, the price of farming land is just exploding at the moment. So what we looked at was this Futurity Education Bond, and hence how we've become acquainted, and I've learned a lot about your products. It wasn't actually, even though it's called like an education bond, it's not what I was looking for. It was more about protecting the asset, protecting the client, and respecting their dying wishes as well. The biggest draw card, and I'm very respectful that there's lots of tax savings with these products, and also the investment returns, etc. But it was all about it becoming a non-estate asset and that it couldn't be contested. That was my huge draw card, especially for this scenario. And the good thing that I learnt with dealing with yourself at Futurity was that every person's scenario is so different, and there's personalised service that I can get, because every client that comes through the door, their scenarios are just so different, and that just to be assured that there's that one-on-one support when trying to delve into these recommendations and strategies to make sure that it's right before presenting it to the client. So thank you for all your help with all that.
Pleasure. Thank you, Olivia, for doing the due diligence and the research to look for the best solution for your client. And as you mentioned, our education bond strategies can help solve those complicated family problems, as well as assist in education funding, wealth accumulation and tax management. So great to hear that we were able to help, and look forward to helping you more in the future.
This information has been provided as general advice. We've not considered your financial circumstances, needs or objectives. You should also obtain and consider the relevant product disclosure statement and seek the assistance of an authorised financial advisor before making any decisions regarding any products or strategies mentioned in this video.